What up, Indians? What up, North Korean Indians?
I don't think we have any North Korean subscribers.
We are in doing a tour of the joint security area and demilitarized zone in North Korea and South Korea today. What do you think so far? Interesting stories?
Yeah. First thing we learned is that the manufacturer, the owner of the
Hyundai, his family, he's from North Korea.
He is from North Korea.
And his family was left behind. So he was the first civilian ever to visit North Korea. Hey. Dora radar site. So the first place is the Dora Observatory, where we can see like the village and stuff. North Korea and South Korea created a village each.
North Korea is called the propaganda.
Fake. And South Korea's is called Freedom Village, where there's 50 families and they don't have to pay taxes. So that's the North Korean side of the left.
Yeah.
And that's the South Korean side. You can see the flag all the way over there. I'll put this down for a second. See if I can zoom in a bit more. You can see all the way across. The two villages those are the two villages, right? This is South Korean side. North Korean side.
South Korea, Ijeongdong village belongs to North Korea. And the Gaesang Industrial Complex, the symbolic place of peace, I told you, and cooperation. And there is a small stream, small river, that is the actual border between two Koreas, which means MDL line. The river, MDL line. From the line, 2 kilometers up north, 4 kilometers down south. It comes to 4 kilometers. There is a DMZ area all along the border.
What are you clicking?
I'm not. Just taking a video. Alright, we're going back now to the second bit. Go to Pyongyang. Don't see that. So this is a station that you can take a train to North Korea.
Oh, wait,
This way? So this is showing Korea still counting on unification. Germany's, theirs ended in 1990. Sad, still going. Do you think it will be reunited one day?
Yeah.
Eventually?
Look at each of
Our quote tickets for North Korea. You ready to go to North Korea?
Let's go back. Had a quick chat with the Premier.
What did you think of him?
I told him he needs a fresh cut.
You can't say that on our vlog. What if he comes after us?
They don't have internet then.
Here. They don't have YouTube.
YouTube or anything. But yeah, he does need a fresh cut.
75 years. We're still waiting for unification.
That was so sad. It hit me.
Yeah. It hit me too. I felt it.
I felt it.
Say if you were German, you'd feel it.
Imagine East Germany, West Germany. When the unification finally happened.
Not that long ago either. 30 years.
Yep. Now the Koreans waiting for it.
I'd say South Koreans are waiting for it. North Koreans probably don't give a shit because they don't know what's going on.
Nah, I think Kim Jong.
That's not our boss. That's my boss.
On its purpose. The cordon which you see behind me in front of you, this cordon in the past, they were armed, they were here for our protection. Today they're here to help us on our orientation of the JSA. ladies and gentlemen, this time if you're in my group, if you don't T-section all the way down there to the rusted plaque, which you see at the end, prior to the Inter-Korean Summit of 2018 between President Moon and Chairman Kim Jong-un. Down at the end, you can kind of see a table and a bench-looking thing. That is where President Moon and Chairman Kim Jong-un drank tea and held a private conversation prior to signing the historic agreement. Down at the end, you can also see a rusted plaque. That rusted plaque marks the MDL down here at the Blue Bridge. So, for whatever reason you decided to go to North Korea, you ran past me, you ran past the rock guard you see down there and jumped across that sign, you would be in North Korea and no longer my problem. Right. So at this point, feel free to take about a minute or so for pictures. Please do not take pictures of the guard post again or the NSC camp in general, but anything this way, feel free to take pictures of. Alright, so about a minute or so pictures, and once everybody gets done, we'll head to the peace tree. Thank you. The Hollow Mountain, and from North Korea from the Bakdu Mountain and Daedong River. The inscription on the stone which sits in front of the tree, which is peace and hope on the Korean Peninsula, and the two signatures on it are by President Moon and Chairman Kim Jong-un. The guard post which you see behind it, we'll brief it a little better once we're going down to Congress Row. That is actually a North Korean guard post. It is currently unmanned and sealed due to the demilitarization of the JSA. Alright, so this time, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take pictures of the tree or the monument, feel free to do so. We'll take about a minute or so, or however long they get done. We're down there at T2, and then once they come out, we'll head down to Conference Row. Now sitting on Conference Row. From this point, you can see across the MDL into North Korea. The MDL is marked by the concrete slabs you can see running between the buildings, as well as the white fence posts which run on either side of the civil buildings. There is a guard post to your 10 o'clock as well as to your 2 o'clock. As we talked about earlier, these guard posts were sealed and they are unmanned due to the demilitarization of the JSA. So what happened is when they demilitarized the JSA, we went over to their side to verify that their guard posts were sealed and unmanned. They locked it and gave us the keys to their guard posts. They came over to our side, verified that our guard posts were sealed and unmanned as well, and then we gave them our keys to our guard posts as a sign of unity and then not really trust. You can see behind you, in front of you behind me, the blue buildings. These blue buildings are managed by the United Nations Command. The civil buildings to the left and right of these buildings are managed by North Korea. The very large building which you see across the way is Panmunjom. That is North Korea's counterpart to South Korea's Freedom House. These two houses are really important because they conduct all the inter-Korean communication between the two nations. This center lane right here between buildings T2 and T3 is where President Moon and Chairman Kim Jong-un shook hands during the Inter-Korean Summit of 2018. It's also where very recently President Trump and Chairman Kim Jong-un shook hands and crossed either side. That was about like 2 months ago. So in the past, before the demilitarization of the JSA, you would see a North Korean patrol that was armed on their side, patrolling their side of the MDL, as well as a South Korean patrol that was armed, patrolling this side of the MDL. But due to the demilitarization of the JSA, that's no longer needed. Alright, so this time, ladies and gentlemen, will take about 2 minutes.
So we're going into half North Korea. Basically, there's a lion. So cool.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you're now inside Building T2 at the Military Armistice Commission's conference room. Inside this room is where all military officer level meetings are held between the two nations, as well as the United Nations Command. These three microphones you see in front of you mark the MDL inside this room. They also record our proceedings inside this room 24 hours a day, and that is monitored by North Korea, South Korea, and the United States Command. As I just stated, this marks the MDL inside this room, so if you're on this side of those microphones, you are in North Korea. So if you would like to step across microphones and come to North Korea, feel free to do so. Alright, so we'll take about 2 minutes for pictures inside this room, and once everybody gets done, we'll head out to Conference Row. We actually don't get too close to that door, please. So this is Cobra Jang's monument. Cobra Jang in 1984 what happened was there was a North Korean tour going on that side. One of the citizens that was conducting the tour asked one of the KPA soldiers who was leading the tour to take a picture of him. Whenever he gave that soldier his camera to take a picture of him, the soldier like naturally stepped back, take a picture. This citizen realized this was his chance for freedom, so he ran across the MDL, across the Freedom House. So Freedom House at that time obviously was not this massive building. It was kind of just a one-story building going across. So he ran across the building down to this garden right here. It used to be called the Sunken Gardens because it wasn't built up like it is now. It was sunken, so Sunken Gardens. He kind of hid in that garden for a little bit. The KPA chased after him, obviously, started firing at him with small arm weapons. The ROC responded. They came into a fire line right about in this general area, fired back at the KPA with small arms fire. The firefight ensued. Corporal Jang got up and ran to the Soviet citizen who was lying down in the Sunken Gardens. He picked up the Soviet citizen and dragged him back to the firing line, and in process he was unfortunately shot and killed. 3 more KPA were killed on their side, as well as a couple more ROC soldiers were wounded as well. So this monument stands here just of all the men and women who have given their life on this peninsula to bring about peace, as well as the reunification of the two nations. Alright, so let's never forget the men and women who have given their life for this peninsula. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this concludes the tour of the Joint Security Area. What we're about to do is give you about 2 minutes or so to take pictures of the garden, the monument, Freedom House, and the Peace Tree. Once this is complete, your photos and everything, we'll get back on the buses and head back to Camp Boniface. We ask that while you're taking pictures, you don't move back toward Conference Row. Just stay in this general area. Alright, thank you. We'll give about 2 minutes.
We are in Hongdae doing a bit more night shopping, chilling, finding somewhere to eat. Hope you guys enjoyed the DMZ tour. What did you think, Manis? Worth it?
Yeah, it'd be nicer if it wasn't demilitarized.
If what?
If both the countries' troops were there.
Yeah. So the DMZ tour cost $90 or around 96,000 won, which is like 72 euro each, 75 euro each. And you get a choice of lunch. You pay 11,000 for a bulgogi or 8,000 for a bibimbap. We went for the bulgogi. It was nice. Bring water, but it's a good trip as well. So yeah, you get to step over into North Korea, which is really cool for anyone who doesn't really want to go there. Anyway, we're here to watch things happen.